Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Witcher reaction video. Today we're going to be watching episode 5 of season 1 of The Witcher. So just a couple of things before I get started. First, honestly, chronic health and pain issues have been kicking my ass for the past couple of weeks, so I'm not feeling that great. I know, a shock, right? But I've got my heating pad, I've got a bunch of pillows and things set up, so we're gonna do the best that we can with the circumstances, right? It's what we can do. But then I just wanted to quickly mention, if you didn't see the comment section on YouTube, and this is really more for people watching on YouTube as opposed to my Patreon, if you didn't see my recent post there and you don't know what's been going on with lots of reactors and other content creators lately on YouTube, something seems to have changed with the way YouTube automatically scans through various videos to try and find copyrighted content. And basically what's been happening lately is every single reaction video that I post, for a TV show at least, immediately gets completely blocked. As soon as I upload it, within seconds, blocked. Even things for shows that in the past there have been no issues ever before. Some with shows where there have been copyright claims in the past, but the videos weren't blocked. It's just that the copyright owner claimed the funds, the ad revenue. But with this, everything is immediately blocked. And I've had some success with disputing that, but it usually takes quite a few days before the dispute goes through and then they allow the video to be shown. But even when they do allow it to be shown, you don't get any revenue for it. So at least the video's out there, but you know, there's not anything coming in as a result of that. And that's even if they do agree to unblock it. So it's kind of up in the air how long it'll take for videos to get up there, because even, you know, regardless of when I'm uploading them, it entirely depends on when blocks are lifted and if they even are. And hopefully YouTube will change this, but as for now, I guess it's going to be a thing for at least a little while going forward. So unfortunately that's what we're dealing with, but we're just going to have to keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. And I do apologize for any delays. The good news is that all the videos are always available on Patreon, so you do have an option to watch them if you want to. And we do have early access videos and full-length versions. But again, I'm trying to get everything up on YouTube, but sometimes there's just more of a delay now. So with that lovely message to start us out, let's get into The Witcher here. Let's keep going. This series has been really appealing to me so far. I'm really interested to see where else it's gonna go. Let's put that YouTube stuff aside and just watch the episode. All right, so episode 5.
Love surprises. Love visitors. A surprise visitor all the more.
I've had eyes on you for a while.
We are very flattered.
We?
Who is this secret peeper, peeping all our secrets?
I know who you are. What you are. You're different to other Dopplers. You're not good-natured or helpful, are you?
And yet you are here for our help. Do you not have errand boys where you come from?
They lacked your valuable set of skills. Don't worry. It's not silver.
Like Doppleganger? Like
We
Doppleganger?
fancy our freedom. It is not money we thirst for, per se.
There is plenty that you do thirst for. Assassination on behalf of the Kingdom of Nilfgaard. Or perhaps another eye or ear to round out your artful composition.
Change the world this way.
Only one of us will be alive to find out.
don't know what you're doing. You don't know what she is.
She will end up where she belongs.
Alright, this doppelganger's fucked up.
A gin.
A what?
I'm looking for a gin.
For a gin? Like a genie? The floaty fellas with the bad tempers and the banned magics, that kind of genie.
Yes, it'll grant me wishes. It's in this lake somewhere, and I can't fucking sleep!
Uh-oh.
You know, the Countess de Stael once said to me, the destiny is just the embodiment of the soul's desire to grow.
Did you sing to her before she left?
I did, actually, and she... Why? What are you implying? Oh, we are so having this conversation. Come on, Geralt, tell me.
Low blow, Geralt.
How's my singing?
It's like ordering a pie and finding it has no filling.
What? Take it back, and then you can have your ginny gin gin.
Let go.
No, let go, you horses! Ah! It's a bit of an anticlimax. Or is it? Jin, I have freed thee, and as of this day, I am thy lord. Firstly, may Baldo Marx, the troubadour of Sidaris, be struck down with apoplexy and die. Secondly, the Countess de Stael must welcome me back with glee, open arms, and very little clothing. Thirdly,
Oh my god.
Stop. There are only 3 wishes.
Oh, come on, you always say you want nothing from life. So how was I supposed to know you wanted 3 wishes all to yourself?
I just want some damn peace!
Well, here's your piece!
Broke it.
Geralt! A gin! Yaskia.
What did it do to him?
It's extraordinarily slow. You're a mutant.
A witcher. Geralt of Rivia.
The famous white wolf. I thought you'd have fangs or horns or something.
I had them filed down.
First time I've seen a witcher up close. What little spells can you cast with your hands? Call it professional curiosity.
Please. Yaskia here needs immediate attention. And then, if you'd like, I'll indulge your curiosity all night long.
Oh.
It won't take all night. But I'm sure we can find a way to fill the time.
He was attacked by a djinn.
A djinn.
Whatever's wrong with him, it's spreading. Fix it, and I'll pay you. Whatever the price.
Oh no. Now she's gonna be like, oh, a djinn, this is my chance to have a baby. Right? Mages can't fix. Mages can't undo it, but maybe a djinn can.
Jared.
So that's 2, then.
The djinn will fight you. If you try and bend it.
Uh-oh.
That scent. Lilac and
Gooseberries. Tough to get in your head. You've a strong will. But you can't contend with me. Sorry I couldn't be direct. I knew you'd fight it.
Switcher. Oh, makes them good. I want you to burst, you son of a whore.
Are you gonna realize now, Geralt?
You're the one with the wishes.
She wants to become more powerful. But she'll die.
Well, let's pray for her. On our way out of town.
Uh-oh.
Are you perhaps short of a marble?
You have to go in there, don't you? I recognize the look. I know how you feel.
You're making me uncomfortable.
Oh, no. Do not tell me that this is finally the moment you've decided to actually care about someone other than yourself. Leave the very sexy but insane witch to her inevitable demise.
She saved your life, Jaskier. I can't let her die.
Make your wishes!
Becoming the vessel for the Jinn will have you lose control, not gain it! Can't you see what this is doing to you?
True transformation is painful!
Release the Jinn! I'll give you my last wish!
You heroic protector! Noble dog! Permitting my success so long as you command it yourself! Fuck off! I'll do this myself!
Damn it, Yennefer! Tell me what you want!
I want everything! Make your wish. You can have anything you want. You can choose not to be a witcher. What do you desire? Immortality? Riches? Fame? Power?
No, man, you could stay. He's gonna be the one that pays the consequence of this. All right, well, that was episode 5. So this episode was a little odd to me, it feels like. I mean, I definitely found it entertaining. But I also don't really think it was up to, like, the standard, I guess I'd say, of the last couple episodes of 3 and 4. Maybe it's just because it felt like the tone shifted so dramatically in some ways. It was... Because I wanted to call it more of like a lighthearted episode, and it was in a lot of aspects. But then, of course, we also had all that shit with the Doppleganger and Melsek, and that wasn't lighthearted in any way, shape, or form, right? And I do actually feel like those parts of the episode were my favorite this time around, which is, again, also interesting because usually the stuff involving Yennefer is kind of my favorite, and I've been really liking Geralt's scenes the past couple episodes a lot, too. And this episode, we see them coming together finally. I mean, very much so. And there were some aspects of that I really liked. There were some parts of it that were really cool. The whole thing with her struggling with the Jinn and all, it was interesting, and bringing Jaskier in and having him be injured and needing to be saved was a interesting way of bringing them together, kind of forcing them into each other's lives. But I don't know, it was just something kind of unsatisfying about it, I guess. Maybe just because it seemed like a little rushed how, like, super into her Geralt suddenly was. And I get that she had put a controlling spell on him for a very small amount of time, which is interesting in and of itself, since usually, like, magical spells are not going to work on him, but she was able to do that. But the spell that she had put on him seems like it was really more focused on just doing what she had said. And he still comes out of it with this, like, deep concern for her and really liking her. And you could say that he just, like, was interested in her, like, physically, but it was clearly more than that. And I feel like the scene that they tried to have with them in the bath and, you know, their discussion that they had was supposed to lead us into this idea that he's extremely, overwhelmingly charmed with and fascinated by her and sees her as kind of like somebody that can understand him. And so he felt like this deep connection right away, and she kind of felt it too, so that they were very quickly brought together in this extreme situation. But I don't know. I just wasn't totally, I guess I just wasn't totally feeling it or finding it super believable. And maybe it's because, thinking about it, maybe it's because it's kind of a similar thing that they did with Renfri in episode 1, right? The idea of he's only known this person for a short amount of time, and they have these interesting conversations about their overall outlooks on life and whatnot. And then they sleep together, and then there's a big confrontation, and they are on opposite sides and whatnot. They form a pretty quick connection, but I don't know, for some reason, as it happened with Renfri, seemed like it was filmed in a way, or acted in a way, I don't know what it was. It just seemed more genuine of a connection. I don't know. Which is disappointing to me, because I really like both of these characters, and it's clear they're trying to build up to something here, that they're going to have a significant relationship. But, I mean, maybe they'll develop on it more going forward. But again, it's not to say that I didn't like the scenes, because especially the stuff with the Jinn and Yennefer's kind of power struggle there was really fascinating, in the respect that, okay, so she wants to restore her ability to have a child, is what she wants, and I'm still a little confused as to why that is. You know, Tyseus was asking her that too, right? Why do you want a baby? Why do you want this? Why does this matter to you? And she didn't really give an answer. And from the previous episode, it kind of seems like maybe it has to do with her wanting like a deeper purpose, and feeling like the going to court and like having control in that way is not really going to actually do it in the way that she thought it would. Maybe it's also about like a that constant deep-seated longing for love that she's had, that she's always had, that she was willing to throw away early on when she did find people that cared about her, partially out of her own confusion over what it was she wanted or needed. And now she sees this as an opportunity, you know, baby. She would be the whole world to a baby. So, I mean, maybe it's partially that, but I also think, based on this episode, maybe part of it just has to do with the fact that she feels like she's lost her ability to choose. And the frustrating thing is, and you know what others are trying to tell her, is that no, you made your choice. She says, well, I didn't understand what it would mean to me, and so maybe I wouldn't have made that choice if I did understand. But that's what choosing at any time in your life is. And sometimes when you make a decision, you end up giving up another option, and you can't just get that back. But she doesn't want to be limited, and that's what I think comes out of this episode. And why maybe she's so adamant about this isn't so much actually about the baby itself, but about the fact that she can't have a baby. She doesn't have that choice anymore. Because you see, like, when Geralt is there, he's like, let the Jinn go, okay? Just release the Jinn, save yourself. I will give you my wish. So whatever it is you actually want, I will give it to you. You can have it. So if it was really just about a baby, in that moment, she could have just agreed. She could have listened to him, released the Jinn, and he would have given her the wish, and she could have said, I wish that I was restored and I could have a baby, and boom, baby. But she didn't, because she didn't want to be dependent on him. She wanted to have the power to herself. She wanted to control the situation. Yeah, so I honestly think, again, that's what it ultimately comes down to. And to me, that part of the scenes with Geralt and Yennefer was super interesting. So, like, the connection, kind of chemistry itself, maybe, I think could have been done a little bit better. They could have built up a little bit more to him, like, feeling super strongly towards her. But overall, that part of it, in terms of Yennefer's characterization in particular, I thought was really good and well done. And then I guess the other thing in this episode that I just wanted to touch upon was, again, the Doppleganger. Interesting and very creepy character. And the reason that it wasn't just a fully kind of like lighthearted sort of filler, just we need to get these characters together, have them meet episode, was because of the darkness of that aspect. That there was this creature out there that not only can take on like your form and appearance, but can absorb all of your knowledge, your memories, everything about your existence, so they can basically just totally become you if need be. And then, so he's done this to Melsek and killed Melsek, and now he's going out and trying to, like, lure Ciri back to Nilfgaard for whatever their purposes are. And then when he killed Melsek, I mean, you couldn't possibly plunge a dagger into someone's heart any slower than he did it. You know, he took satisfaction from it. And he's got this creepy, like, setup with body parts in jars going on in his home. And so it just seems like a really disturbing character. And I'll be really interested, nervously interested to see how that continues going forward too. But I do think, you know, even though I wasn't fully satisfied with how it happened, I'm glad that we got to see the Yennefer Geralt introduction. And I'm assuming, so then going forward, we've got a few episodes left. Then we're gonna eventually get to bringing together Ciri into all of this mix too. So yeah, so I did like the episode. Like I said, there were some things I wasn't as pleased about, but overall I did like it, and I'm still very much enjoying the series and looking forward to seeing where else it goes. So I think I'll wrap it up here. We've got a cat situation happening I have to deal with, so thank you guys very much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.